Welcome to you, son of a witch. This week we're launching a wizarding probe into two wild tales
Oh,
plucked straight from the world of flash fiction.
I love it.
Get ready for parallel worlds and dark magic, ancient technology, and forgotten enemies. You sent us these intriguing flash fiction story pieces, and we're diving deep to extract the most captivating parts for you.
Yeah.
Think of it as your express ticket to becoming exceptionally well informed on these fantastical
Oh, I
narratives.
love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Um, it's always fascinating to me how much imaginative power can be packed into these concise narratives.
Yeah.
They really cut to the heart of the fantastical and just leave a lasting impression.
Yeah, and it's like it's not even just fantasy, like horror sci-fi all mixed into one.
Oh, yeah, yeah. They blend genres so well in
Right.
such a short amount of time.
Yeah.
It's really impressive.
So first up, the Phantom School.
Okay.
Imagine your regular high school, the one with the same old lockers and tedious detentions,
Oh, yeah.
actually sitting atop a magical ley line. This seemingly ordinary place becomes a gateway to a parallel world
Okay.
where your alternate self isn't just slightly different,
Hmm.
they're wielding dark magic.
Oh, no.
So we'll unpack how a group of teens stumbled into this terrifying-looking glass.
I mean, that idea right there,
Mhm.
the idea of hidden magical energy
Yeah,
influencing our everyday reality is just so powerful.
right.
And then the immediate confrontation with these dark doppelgangers,
Right.
it just forces us to consider like the shadow aspects of ourselves.
Yeah.
It's very direct and an unsettling premise.
Yeah, and there's something about high school, too, that just makes it even creepier.
Oh, absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely. It's like all those anxieties and insecurities
Yeah.
amplified.
Yeah, it's magnified.
Yeah.
And then we'll shift gears to the Artificer's Code.
Okay.
Picture a mechanically minded teen in a dusty attic filled with half-finished inventions.
I love it already.
One day, a mysterious bronze disc is unearthed,
Oh.
triggering a cascade of events involving ancient artificers, magical machines, and a long-forgotten enemy.
Oh, wow.
Get ready to see how tinkering takes a dangerous world-saving turn.
This one's is really giving me like a, you know, steampunk vibes meets ancient magic kind of thing.
I know, right?
It's such a cool contrast, from the first flash fiction story piece.
Totally.
We go from a hidden parallel present to this active unearthing
Yeah.
of a magical past through ingenuity.
Totally.
The idea that like a seemingly ordinary skill like tinkering
Right.
can become like this crucial defense against ancient threats.
Right.
It's incredibly compelling.
So our mission today is to not just summarize these stories,
Right.
but to pull out the details that spark your curiosity and make you think, wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
We'll be your guides, highlighting the most interesting twists, the moments of suspense, and the underlying questions these flash fiction story pieces raise.
I'm ready.
Okay, so let's launch our wizarding probe into the Phantom School and this whole mirror world scenario. Okay.
It kicks off in a place most of us can relate to, right? Detention.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've been there,
You've been there.
done that.
Who hasn't?
Right. I mean, the deliberately mundane setting of a high school library
Right.
is key. We meet Ethan, the one who believes in the school's mystical connections,
Yeah.
alongside Maya, the down-to-earth skeptic, and Ben, whose mind seems to be elsewhere,
Oh, and man.
likely on something more immediately pressing than dusty tomes.
Oh, yeah, probably his phone or something.
Exactly, exactly. It's a classic setup, though,
Right.
that immediately grounds the story in familiar territory
Right.
before the strangeness begins.
Yeah, and in Ethan, true to form,
Yeah.
he has discovered something he shouldn't have.
Oh.
An ancient book.
Oh, no good. Never comes of that.
Never, never.
What struck you about the description of this book and that first hint of something being wrong?
Well, I mean, first of all, it's in detention. So
right, of course.
it's already kind of a bad place to be. Yeah, not a good start.
But the details really paint a picture of something old and potentially dangerous, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's crude sketches and sigils,
Yeah.
which kind of suggest a knowledge that might be incomplete or even misunderstood.
Right, like whoever made this book didn't quite have it all figured out.
Yeah, they were figuring it out as they went.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's this faint, acrid smell. It's such a subtle but effective sensory detail,
Yeah, love that.
hinting at a dormant power that's now stirring.
Right, like something's waking up.
Yeah.
And then, that description of a shimmer of light that shouldn't be possible.
Yeah.
It's the perfect first crack in the veneer of reality.
Yeah.
Leading to that doorway of swirling energy.
Yeah, it's almost like a cliche, but it works so well.
It does. It does. It's like it's a cliche for a reason.
Right.
It's that buildup of the impossible from the slightly off-kilter.
Yeah, totally.
It really sets the stage.
And Maya, always the pragmatist, isn't convinced? Of course not.
Her skeptical touch is the trigger, isn't it?
Yeah.
One minute she's rolling her eyes, the next she's on the other side.
Poor Maya.
I know.
Always the one getting pulled into these things.
What does she find there?
So she finds this version of their school that is disturbingly familiar,
Okay.
yet deeply wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the menacing black lockers and the grotesque posters, they immediately establish this sense of unease.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a completely alien world,
Right.
which actually makes it more unsettling. It's
Yeah.
the familiar twisted into something sinister,
Right.
suggesting that the darkness might be a warped reflection of their own reality.
That's a good point.
It's highlighting how subtle changes
Yeah.
can have a profound and unsettling effect.
Yeah, and it's like you said, it's not totally alien.
Right.
It's just enough off
Yeah, just a little bit.
to be really creepy.
Yeah.
And naturally, Ethan and Ben can't leave her hanging.
Right.
So they follow through the portal,
Brave or foolish?
a little of both,
Yeah.
and they're confronted with something truly chilling.
Oh.
Their own
Well, I
doppelgangers.
was going to say, I mean, what's creepier than seeing yourself, but like an evil version of yourself?
Oh, yeah.
That's nightmare fuel.
Now, what was your take on this encounter?
Well, you know, the descriptions of Shadow Maya and Evil Ben, they're designed to be just deeply unsettling.
Yeah.
You know, Shadow Maya's got these cruel eyes and smirk,
Yeah.
and Evil Ben's got this like predatory grin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like there's just oozing this malicious energy.
Right.
And it just suggests that, you know, in this world they've given in to their darker impulses.
Right.
What I thought was particularly insightful was Shadow Maya's line about hidden little desires get to play in this world.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right. It's a very concise way of stating a central theme.
Yeah.
You know, that perhaps the only difference between them and their shadows
Right.
is the absence of societal constraints and moral compasses.
Oh, yeah, like we all have those dark thoughts.
It's just whether we act on them or not.
Precisely.
Right.
It really makes you think about the potential for darkness within all of us, you know?
Ah.
Like, what aspects of ourselves do we keep in check?
Yeah, what are we holding back?
Exactly. And what would happen if those restraints were lifted?
Yeah, and this isn't just a psychological confrontation.
Right.
It quickly turns physical.
Oh, of course. Because, you know, it's a flash fiction story.
Gotta have action.
Gotta have a little action.
So what happens?
Well, the fight is described as this, you know, chaos and desperation, which perfectly captures that feeling of facing a twisted reflection of yourself.
Yeah.
And Maya feeling oddly in sync with her double.
Oh, that's interesting.
Is a fascinating detail, right?
Yeah.
It hints at this subconscious connection
Right.
to this darker version.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Exactly.
It's a scary mirror.
Yeah. And then the image of their shadows like acting independently,
Yeah.
like weaving aggressive magic.
Yeah.
It adds a layer of surreal horror.
Yeah.
And it emphasizes how this parallel world operates under different rules.
Like magic is just second nature to them over there.
Exactly. It's just a part of their existence.
And I thought Shadow Maya's assertion that raw power is the rule in their world
Oh, yeah.
was a brutal and efficient summary of their society.
Yeah, it's chilling, isn't it?
It's very like dog eat dog.
Yeah, it speaks volumes about the values or lack thereof in this parallel reality.
Yeah.
It's almost like Darwinian to the extreme,
Yeah.
like survival of the fittest
Yeah.
taken to its logical conclusion.
So in the midst of this terrifying encounter,
Yeah.
Ethan, who inadvertently started all this,
Yeah, Ethan messing things up again?
he manages a crucial act.
Okay.
Even as things look dire, he thinks of his friends.
Good old Ethan.
So what does he do?
So in a really selfless moment, you know, Shadow Ethan,
Yeah.
realizing the immense danger they're all in,
Mm-hmm.
he directs his energy not towards his own counterpart,
Right.
but towards that shimmering doorway. He essentially sacrifices his own potential escape
Yeah.
to give his friends a chance.
What a guy.
Right.
Yeah.
And that widening of the portal, offering that glimpse of their familiar library.
Yeah.
It becomes this beacon of hope in the surrounding darkness.
Yeah, that must have been like seeing the light at the end of the tunnel.
Exactly.
So they see that glimmer of hope.
Yeah, and then Ethan just yells, "Go!"
That's it, just one word.
Yeah, and that's all the prompting Maya and Ben need.
Yeah.
They make a desperate dash back through the portal,
I bet.
back to their own world.
And what's the immediate feeling upon their return?
Oh, it's relief, pure relief.
Yeah.
They land back in their own library.
Yeah.
And even mundane details like, the blessed linoleum underfoot.
Yeah.
They emphasize the safety and normalcy they've regained.
Right. Like suddenly ordinary things feel extraordinary.
Exactly. And then that collapsing of the portal.
Yeah.
It seals away that horrifying shadow world,
Gone.
leaving them in this unsettling silence, broken only by Ethan's ragged breaths. It's a stark reminder of the danger they just faced.
Yeah, heavy breathing.
Yeah, and then Ben,
Yeah.
almost casually suggests they just skipped attention,
Oh, Ben!
which, adds this touch of dark humor,
Yeah.
highlighting the insignificance of their original problem
Right.
in light of what they just went through.
Yeah, like detention. Who cares?
Exactly.
And then that school bell rings.
Oh,
A jarringly normal sound
Yeah.
that snaps them back to the mundane world.
Back to reality.
It's such a powerful contrast
Yeah.
that underscores just how unreal their experience was.
Yeah, they've been through a lot.
But there's a lingering sense that things have changed, hasn't there?
Oh, absolutely.
Like they can't just go back to normal.
No, they've seen too much.
So what happens?
Well, Maya notices that their shadows are dim and shapeless,
Oh, interesting.
and she finds that comfortingly ordinary.
Right.
It speaks to this newfound appreciation for their normal lives.
Yeah.
And this subconscious understanding of the terrifying potential they glimpsed within themselves.
Yeah, like even their shadows are different now.
Exactly. And then they burn the book.
Oh, yeah, good idea.
Right. It's a symbolic attempt to sever all ties with that dark reality.
Yeah. Get rid of the evidence.
But there's that final thought
Yeah.
about the lingering temptation of what could have been,
Mm-hmm.
which suggests that some doors once opened in the mind
Right.
can never be fully closed.
Ooh, spooky.
Yeah, it leaves us pondering, the nature of temptation
Yeah.
and the allure of our darker selves.
Yeah, definitely gives you pause.
Yeah,
Makes you wonder about those unseen doors in our own lives.
for sure.
Okay, well, let's shift gears completely now and delve into the Artificer's Code,
Okay, love it.
where the magic is less about alternate realities
Right.
and more about the rediscovery of ancient technology.
Cool.
We're introduced to Alex in her wonderfully chaotic attic.
Yes.
Can you set the scene for us?
Oh, I love Alex's attic.
Yeah.
It's just this haven for anyone who appreciates the beauty of mechanics.
Yeah.
You've got the discordant chorus of old clocks ticking away.
Yeah.
And her ambitious, gleaming hoverbike project.
That's awesome.
And those distinct smells of grease and ozone.
Oh, yeah.
It immediately establishes her as someone deeply immersed in the world of invention and tinkering.
Yeah. She's a maker.
She's a true maker,
Yeah.
and her attic is her sanctuary.
Right.
A place just brimming with the potential for creation and discovery.
Love it.
I want to hang out in Alex's attic.
Me too.
Sounds awesome.
And within this organized chaos,
Uh-huh.
she stumbles upon something truly out of the ordinary.
What is it?
A dull bronze disc.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like much at first glance.
Right.
But it clearly holds a hidden power.
Yeah.
What are those initial clues that something is different about this object?
Well, the disc's initial description as dull and bronze
Yeah.
makes its subsequent activation all the more striking.
Right, like it's hiding in plain sight.
Yeah. Exactly. And then suddenly,
Yeah.
there's this thrumming sensation
Ooh.
and this eerie blue glow emanating from these intricate glyphs.
Oh, wow.
It hints at a dormant energy
Yeah.
and an ancient, possibly magical origin.
Yeah, like as soon as she touches it, it's like boom,
Yeah, exactly.
it comes alive,
Yeah.
and then the attic doesn't just hum,
Right.
it erupts.
Oh,
But not in a conventional fiery way.
okay.
What exactly happens?
So the eruption is described in terms of intense light and sound
Yeah.
rather than flames,
Okay.
immediately indicating a different kind of force at play.
Right.
Like it's not an explosion.
Right.
It's something else.
It's like an energy surge.
Exactly. And Alex is thrown back by the force,
Whoa.
and the disc is just hovering in the air.
Oh, wow.
Its runes are glowing brightly and casting these strange patterns.
So it's like, whoa, what just happened?
Exactly. It's a total shift,
Yeah.
from mundane tinkering to this encounter with something extraordinary and powerful.
Huh?
It's like her world just got flipped upside down.
And from this surge of energy, a figure materializes.
Oh boy.
This isn't a friendly encounter, is it?
No, not at all.
What's your impression of this being?
So the figure is deliberately vague and unsettling.
Okay.
It's described as vaguely humanoid and weaved in energy.
So you can't really even make out what it looks like.
Yeah, it's like this shifting mass of energy.
Yeah, creepy.
And then its voice is like this buzzing, almost like static.
Uh-huh.
And it speaks in these fragmented words.
Oh, yeah. What does it say?
Things like, the inheritor, artificer, builders, warriors, betrayers.
Betrayers.
Yeah, it's hinting at this long and complicated history.
Right.
Possibly filled with conflict and resentment.
Yeah.
Connected to the disc and its creators.
So there's some bad blood there.
Yeah, and that word betrayers,
Yeah.
it really hints at a past grievance
Right.
that could be driving its actions.
So it's not just a random attack.
No, some of them are going on.
This is personal.
Yeah, it feels very personal.
Okay, well, this sets the stage for conflict.
Oh, yeah.
And it escalates quickly.
As it does.
The figure attacks, and Alex's escape involves, well, it's not your typical getaway vehicle.
No, it is not.
Tell us about it.
Okay, so picture this.
I'm picturing it.
She's startled.
Uh-huh.
She yelps.
Uh-huh.
And in her panic, she collides with her unfinished hover bike.
The hover bike.
The hover bike.
It's not even done yet.
It's not even done yet, but it's enough to knock this energy figure back.
Wow.
It's this wonderfully unexpected moment.
Right.
And a little bit humorous
Yeah.
amidst all the danger.
Yeah, like she accidentally invented a weapon.
Exactly. And the fact that the energy figure sparks upon impact
Uh-huh.
suggests a vulnerability
Okay.
to Alex's technology.
Interesting. So it's like ancient magic versus modern tech.
Yeah, it's this cool clash.
Cool.
And then we cut to the news reports.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about freak lightning strikes and power surges.
Okay.
Providing a plausible explanation for the aftermath.
Right.
Keeping Alex's discovery somewhat under wraps.
Under the radar.
Yeah.
So following this initial terrifying encounter,
Right.
Alex starts experiencing these dream visions.
Oh,
Almost like a data download.
I love that idea.
How do these dreams guide her?
So these dream visions are like a crash course in ancient technology.
Okay.
She sees these blueprints shimmering on the inside of her eyelids.
Whoa.
And she starts to understand this language that she doesn't consciously know.
It's like downloading a program into her brain.
Exactly. And
Oh.
this allows her to tap into the lost knowledge of the ancient artificers.
So she's becoming an artificer herself.
She is. She's like a prodigy.
And her attic transforms.
Well, yeah, it goes from this, playful workshop
Yeah.
to this hub of focused creation.
Yeah.
Driven by this newfound, almost instinctual understanding.
Like she's been chosen.
It really is.
Yeah.
And the disc acts as this catalyst,
Yeah.
unlocking a hidden potential within her.
That's cool.
And her projects.
Yeah.
They take a decidedly defensive turn.
Yeah, she's got to protect herself.
She does.
So what does she build?
Well, she builds this energy gauntlet
Okay.
and a threat-filtering helmet.
Ooh, very practical.
They're not just offensive weapons,
Right.
but they're also tools for understanding and
These
reacting
are...
to the energy figure's attacks.
Right, so she's not just fighting blindly.
Exactly. It showcases her intelligence and resourcefulness.
That's smart.
Right.
Yeah, she's using her brain.
She's a thinker.
And as the figure's attacks become more frequent
Uh-huh.
and powerful,
Yeah.
the stakes rise considerably.
Yeah, it's not just her attic anymore.
Right, it's no longer just a strange occurrence in the attic.
Exactly.
The entire town starts feeling the repercussions.
Uh-huh.
So how do Alex's parents react to this escalating chaos?
Well, at first they're just bemused by her constant tinkering.
Right, typical parent.
Right. But as they witness these increasingly strange and powerful events,
Yeah.
their bemusement turns into a mixture of awe and fear.
Yeah, they're like, what is going on?
Yeah, it adds this really relatable human element to the story.
Right.
Showing how this intrusion of the fantastical
Yeah.
impacts the ordinary lives of those around Alex.
Yeah, it's not just happening in a vacuum. It's
Kind of.
affecting the whole community.
And then we get to the final confrontation,
Yes, the big showdown.
which of course takes place on a rain-slick night.
Classic.
Classic dramatic setting.
What happens?
So the energy figure has become even stronger
Uh-oh.
and more defined.
Like it's been working out.
It's like it's been powering up.
Yeah.
But Alex is ready.
Yeah.
She's quick thinking
Uh-huh.
and she's mastering her new inventions.
Okay.
And they have this verbal exchange.
Oh, what do they say?
The figure talks about its destiny to rule.
Ooh, classic villain.
Classic villain monologue.
Yeah.
But Alex is defiant.
Good for her.
And she uses her drone.
Oh, yeah, the drone.
to deploy this oversized pulse cannon.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Right. It's like something out of a sci-fi movie.
I love it.
It's this brilliant moment of her ingenuity.
Yeah, she's not messing around.
No, she's not.
So what's the impact of that blast?
It lights up the entire night.
Wow.
And both Alex and the energy figure are thrown back by the force.
Ooh, that sounds intense.
It's a huge explosion of energy.
So what happens to the figure?
It disappears,
Oh, wow.
vanishes, and the disc becomes inert.
So it's like the power source is gone.
Yeah, it's like it's been neutralized.
And in the aftermath, there's a return to a sense of normalcy.
Yeah,
But things have clearly changed for Alex and her family.
absolutely.
What are the lasting signs of this battle?
Well, as Alex is lying there exhausted,
Huh?
the power comes back on,
Okay.
and she hears the sound of sirens.
Oh, so help is on the way.
Yeah, and the next morning, the news reports frame the events
Yeah.
as just a freak electrical storm.
Oh, so they're covering it up?
Yeah, keeping things quiet.
Okay.
And her parents' reaction is interesting.
What do they do?
They're strangely affectionate.
Oh,
Like they know something happened.
Yeah, like they're not saying it, but they know.
Exactly. And then there's her attic.
Oh, yeah, her poor attic.
It's scorched.
Yeah.
Tools are scattered everywhere.
It's a mess.
It's a mess, but it's a sign of the battle.
Right, like a war zone.
Yeah. And while the disc is gone,
Uh-huh.
the blueprints remain imprinted in Alex's mind.
So she still has the knowledge.
She does.
That's awesome.
It suggests that her journey as an artificer is far from over.
Yeah, she's just getting started.
Exactly.
So there you have it, 2 wildly different flash fiction story pieces,
Yeah.
each offering a unique glimpse into the fantastic.
I love them both.
In the Phantom School, we saw how a seemingly ordinary place
Yeah.
could conceal a terrifying reflection of ourselves.
Right. And the allure of those darker impulses.
It makes you wonder just how fragile our sense of self and reality might be.
For sure. It's a chilling thought.
And then in the Artificer's Code, we witnessed the thrilling moment when everyday ingenuity unlocks ancient power
Right.
and thrusts an ordinary teen into an extraordinary battle.
Love it.
It makes you consider the hidden potential that might lie dormant all around us,
Yeah.
just waiting for the right person and the right moment to be unleashed.
Absolutely.
We hope this wizarding probe into these flash fiction story pieces has ignited your imagination
Yeah.
and given you some fascinating food for thought.
Lots to think about.
Perhaps you're now looking at your own school
Or that dusty box in the attic.
with a newfound sense of wonder and possibility.
But maybe you're even inspired to embrace your own curiosities.
Yeah.
You know, the potential for discovery that lies within the everyday.
You never know what hidden worlds or forgotten technologies might be just around the corner.
Right.
So we encourage you to delve deeper into the world of flash fiction.
Yes.
These short, sharp bursts of narrative.
They can really pack a punch.
They really can.
So much imagination.
What other incredible stories are waiting to be discovered? That's something worth exploring.
For sure.
Thanks for joining us on You, Son of a Witch. Rate and follow for more wild tales.
See you next time.